Hey YouTube, this is Kayak DIY from kayakdiy.com and facebook.com/groups/kayak DIY. So Kayak DIY is a community of kayakers that work together to help develop projects such as live wells, outriggers, sailing kits, pretty much anything you can think of surrounding kayaking. We're already discussing in our group. So right now, we are going to be working on a kayak fishing crate, but it really doesn't have to be just, excluding everyone else that just wants a recreational kayak. This fishing crate actually could work just as a storage crate in general, for you to be able to store your gear if you're going on a camping trip or anything. So with that being said, let's get a start here. There's several products here that fit together to kind of build this crate, and we're going to have a link in the video description below this video on YouTube with all of the supplies that you need to be able to build this. And we do that with every one of the videos in order to make it easy for our subscribers and viewers to be able to replicate what we do. So just remember though, with every single project that we do, there could be some risks if you don't know how to use the tools, or if you just don't feel very handy. Keep in mind that safety is important. Wear safety glasses when working with a lot of the power tools. Just keep all that stuff in mind. This is a little bit of a DIY build, and so we just want to make sure you guys are safe when you're doing it. But anyway, this one here shouldn't be too difficult. It's going to pretty much just require a drill. That's going to be the main thing you're going to need. And let's get a start.
For this build, we're going to be purchasing the SlideTrax kit. It happens to mount to a 13 by 20 inch milk crate. We're also going to use a 5-gallon bucket, and we're going to use a Gamma Vittles lid. There are other lids, but that's the one we chose. These are the instructions for mounting the SlideTrax to the crate.
Okay, so now that we have the one section of SlideTrax attached to the crate, then we will replicate that process on the other end and basically drill the same holes. And then we should be basically done with the SlideTrax mounting. Okay, so there we have all 4 bolts put in. The center rod holder doesn't have any bolts that actually go through the milk crate. So this here is now on there rigid. Okay, so this is a look at the finished product here. We have our fishnet in here. We have a 3 rod holder set up on the back of the crate. These panels that you see on each side, these are called the SlideTrax kit for the crate. The crate itself is a 13 by 20 inch crate. All of this stuff is linked in the video description below. The top lid that you see here, this black lid that's on the 5-gallon bucket, is called the Gamma Vittles lid kit, and it has a O-ring seal around there, so it is airtight. We have a mighty mount that we added right here, connected to a Scotty track mount adapter. And then we have just the Scotty Rodmaster 2 rod holder. We could use it for something light if we wanted to, just to have our fishing net a little bit closer. Because mind you, the seat is going to be right here. So I can just reach over my shoulder, grab my net out, and I'm ready to go. You know, I could have a gaff there. Pretty much whatever I need. I have 3 tackle boxes here that are in line, and we have Power Bubbles Aerator for a livewell bait tank setup. So all we have to do is we can use the existing clamps that came with the aerator, or we could actually cut these off and create a plug system, which is likely what we're going to do, and you'll see this being used in a later video. But we'll probably cut these off and use like an SAE connector. But let's take a look at how the aerator performs. So we actually have some water inside the tank. And we're going to test it out. We also added some dechlorinator water safe to the water, and you might find something interesting in here. We actually have my fish in here. It's an Oscar. I'm gonna end up cleaning out the fish tank, so I need to put them somewhere, and thought I would add in the aerator. So just let them have a little bit of time in here, and then we'll clean out the tank and should be good to go. But this shows you the amount of aeration that you can get out of that aerator. So this should be able to keep bait alive all day for you, no problem. It should even be able to keep small fish alive that you can fit in your 5-gallon bucket. So I've used a similar setup. I used the battery setup aerator. And I kept about 7 or 8 bluegill and some sunfish alive for several hours in the back of my truck, bouncing around. So, you know, depends on the fish, but this is just kind of shows you how it works. The aerator does not have a switch set up, so I will have to wire a switch into the line, which is pretty easy. But, you know, the other stuff we have on the crate, we have, you know, spots for our fish grips. We got rod holder spots in all 4 corners. And, you know, we can mount other items to the sides, such as, you know, Scotty 241 mounts, the Rail Blaza star ports, pretty much any type of mount that's available for kayaks can mount to this crate here, and just expand your options on what you can use it for. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and once again, all of the items that you see here are linked in the video description below this video, so that you guys can easily purchase it. And looks like the Oscar, he's pretty happy in there. So I'll be able to clean out his fish tank now and just keep him in here for the time being. Thanks for watching, and please like, subscribe, and share.